We are in the digital age. Therefore, almost everything is digital now. Radio, despite the accusation of it being a forgotten medium, it continues to be a thriving industry with the widest reach and greatest consumer penetration. Radio's success is because of the quick news delivery and because of its audience. According to Robert Abelman, one of radio's main benefits is its demand access from the audience, where listeners are able to hear their preferred content at any given time. The audience is seen to be the most content-driven, genre-specific, and station-loyal consumers to the electronic media. The radio industry's responsibility is to identify the factors that sustain and increase its desired demographic targets. By utilizing the uses and gratifications theory, radio is able to increase its audience knowing what interests them by the analysis of their behavior. Another benefit of radio is its accessibility through the web. Radio stations use the internet as an imaging tool for promotional campaigns. As stated by Michelle Hilns, radio is a combination of both old and new forms of art. Radio broadcasts all kinds of content. For example, British radio content is more traditional than American radio content. Britain's radio shows are more related to drama, comedy, and documentary, whereas America is famous for their radio stations such as Radiolab that focuses on the topics related to the scientific and philosophical nature. Also, because of radio's compatibility with being streamed through the internet and traditional broadcast media, it has multiple ways of reaching its audience and is easy to access. Over the lifetime of the existence of radio, and despite the technological threats such as 8-track, cassette, CD, and iTunes, radio still maintains its popularity. According to Jonathan Pliskota, in 2015, traditional radio still stands on the positive side, as it is listened to by 93% of the population in comparison to the 70% of smartphone users. Pliskota also mentioned that in order for the radio industry to continue its positive productivity, it has to understand the competitive and changing consumer sounds landscape, as well as take a break from both of the traditional practices and requirements of broadcast radio and look at new technologies and/or approaches which can help the industry redefine itself. Candida Yates describes the emotional connection listening audiences experience as they hear radio broadcast. Yates points out that radio enables the audience to see their emotional selves from different perspectives when listening to radio. It can provide the audience with internal spaces in their minds to create a perspective from both fantasy and self-reflexivity in regards to the emotional experience that is related to the broadcasted content. Internet's popularity gradually increased over the years. As per Statistics Canada, 88% of youth have access to their own personal computer. As Pierre Boulanger pointed out, CBC Radio 3 on the internet was created to help reach out to Canadian youth, which according to Statistics Canada represents 20% of the Canadian population. The station has provided many of the youth participants with freedom to express their opinions and feelings and to explore themselves by creating social interactions and relating to the content with others. The radio industry is constantly seeking new ways in order to reflect as well as partake in the larger issues that are affecting today's society. The internet availability increasing rapidly, radio industries proceed to stream their content through the web. Rebecca Lynn and Norman Mera address the importance of this issue by stating the following recommendations to broadcasters. Radio stations should provide information regarding the community and events on their websites, capitalize on the growth about the internet use and e-commerce, be open to participate in conversations if increased audience communication is wanted, have broadcasters use their websites to the fullest, and have websites logically and rationally organized. The radio industry is here to stay, and only the future will tell how successful will it be.